and they're going to do everything they can to try and bust you for something too, and say, well, because they did something wrong, we're not going to put as much effort into finding out who violated them.
Approach of weed on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Charge you because we did. This is a bunch of bullshit.
You know, this is supposed to be a free country. Do what you want as long as you don't infringe on somebody else's right. You know, if you want to smoke marijuana, go right ahead. I don't support your choice to, but I believe it should be your right. Now, an employer also has the right to say, hey, if you're going to work for us, you can't be doing that, because that's their right. But, you know, the victimless crimes put so many people in prison, drain so much taxpayer money taking care of the incarcerated people.
30,000 plus a year. And
yeah.
They only spend 12,000 per student. So it's a big gang. Bureaucratic, political death trap. Just to have the communities that's out of control. Like you were saying, like nonviolent crimes, they really go after them.
Right.
But it's not a lot of it's a lot of nonviolent offenders and violent offenders that's in the penitentiary. And
then you put the nonviolent in with the violent, and they have to become violent so they can survive in there, and then they get released.
And so they're a whole different person than when they came out. No rehabilitation, no reform, no nothing.
Time served, here you go, now figure out where you're gonna live, you got no money, get a job, oh you're a felon so you can't get a job.
And you just got felon training with hanging with a bunch of other felons, so
right.
You might as well just jump into what you just learned while being in the penitentiary. Come out, you'd be back in there within 6-7 months to a year. So
yeah.
It's a revolving door.
So you know, you
totally
teach the kids that, you know, respect others, you know, just because someone calls you an inappropriate name, it's a word, walk away. It's not worth going to prison because you got upset that someone called you something.
Right.
It's not upsetting, you know, now if someone's trying to hurt you, go right ahead and defend yourself. You know, carry a firearm. If someone pulls a knife on you, defend yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. You have the right to defend yourself. You shouldn't have to be at the victim of the criminals. So
I'm gonna definitely get up on that because I didn't know you can openly carry.
Yes, you can openly carry.
Push and conceal.
If you don't have your concealed carry license, though, like I said, within the 1,000 foot of a school zone,
cannot.
If you're knowingly within that 1,000 feet without a CCL, you're committing a Class B forfeiture. It's not like a misdemeanor or a felony. It's just you know, here's a fine, pay a fine. But I don't want to be paying a fine. That's why I have my concealed carry license. I always open carry. I usually walk with a shotgun, but with talking to people and handing out this, I can't really maintain control of it properly. So that stayed in the vehicle. But
so you stay in this area?
No, I actually live an hour north of here. So many people are like, well, because I do the open carry with the shotgun, you don't have the balls to go down to Milwaukee. You know what? I don't care. I'm willing to talk to people. Let them know what their rights are. Tell them, hey, you don't have to put up with corrupt police. You don't have to put up with criminals abusing the crap out of you. Defend yourself. Exercise your rights.
And Milwaukee ain't as crazy as they put it out there.
No.
It's just
I mean,
a few crazy people.
You get a lot of bad apples that ruin it for everybody. You know, the guy who shot the girl over here, the guy who's shooting at the guy who shot the girl over here.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate.
It really is. As good citizens.
How are you?
Get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
A lot of mayhem. So I'm glad you're out here, and I hope people really and what you tell them really, because it's true. You know, get armed.
You know, you see someone armed, I'm not gonna mess with them. They're ready to defend themselves.
And that's totally right. You know, the concealed carry, the thing about openly, you know, a lot of these things our people don't know. People
right.
out here do not know. They don't have a clue about it. And so I'm really glad you got out here. This is real useful right here.
Yeah, I mean, I've had police encounters because of the open carry. I've had police say I have to give them my name and hand over my ID. I said, no, that's not what the law says. I argued with the guy, a lieutenant with the Port Washington Police Department. I argued with him for about 10 minutes. He said I had to provide my ID. I said, unless you have reason to believe I've committed a crime, about to commit a crime, or I'm committing a crime, I don't have to give you anything. Well, you're carrying a gun, and we had a citizen complaint. The Wisconsin law, state statute 66.0409, paragraph 6, says simply carrying a firearm, unless there's malicious intent or other circumstances, cannot be used to convict someone for disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, or any other city ordinance violation. So I'm keeping a firearm properly retained in a holster. Like I said, I had shotgun at that time, but it was on a sling. It wasn't going to be pointing at anyone. I'm not saying, hey, screw you, and calling people out and threatening them. That's part of the reason why I carry the camera is, you know, someone calls and says, oh, the guy threatened me.
I got to record.
I can prove you I didn't threaten anybody. Right here it is. I'm willing to, you know, tolerate your infringement on my rights to prove that I'm innocent. But because I can prove I'm innocent, I want you to go after them for filing a false report.
That's true. And so the holster, it's like, it keeps it there though, right?
This is a, I don't remember if it's a level 2 or a 3 retention holster, but I mean, I'm not a weak guy. I'm pulling up on this thing hard. There's a little button right here, and that allows it to come out. So if you don't know how it works, you come up and grab it. I got plenty of time to
get you off and boom, boom, boom. Okay,
or just even push down, prevent you from pulling it out. You know, being aware of your surroundings so someone can't come up behind you and quick grab it. You know, it's all things that, as a responsible gun owner, I take upon myself to learn and anticipate, observe, make sure I'm not gonna lose my weapon, have it used against me. But you know, everyone's got to start somewhere. No one's gonna be 100% sure of everything, you know, when they get that gun handed over at Fleet Farm or Gander Mountain or Cabela's or whatever. You know, it takes time, you know, go through, get the training, spend the time, spend the money if you can. If not, you know, the internet's, go to the library, the internet's free. Watch videos, people go over tactical stuff. You know, one of the videos I saw, I hadn't really thought about it. It says, you know, you pull your gun, and then the guy grabs the gun. So what he says, to maintain control of your weapon, because it's out, they grab your gun, you knock their hand off, and you clamp your hand down right over the top of the gun also. Now that doesn't allow the slide to move. It still allows you to pull the trigger and fire a round. You won't chamber the next round, but you're not giving them anywhere to grab your weapon. You know, there's so much you can find out by researching online. It's not, you don't have to go out and get paid training. You know, I have no problem with people that do and get the hands-on with instructors that do it, but you know, there's a lot of good resources online too to
and all
learn.
Else fails, you can get Call of Duty.
But good talking with you.
You too, you can get a first-person shooter, and if all else fails, you can learn like that and won't harm anyone.
Yep, have a good day.
You have a good one as well.
Thank you.
Nice talking with you.
Nice talking with you. How you doing? Like a copy of the U.S. Constitution?
Yeah.
I'm a open carry advocate. I believe that, you know, the presence of a firearm deters crime. Because, you know, if you walk in a gas station and you see me standing there, you're going to try and rob the place. I'm not saying that you were going to rob the place, but if you were a criminal and you came in and you saw someone with a firearm open, are you going to commit a crime there?
Hell no.
Exactly. So the more people that open carry, law-abiding citizens that open carry, less likely bad things are going to happen in that area. I mean, you're going to end up with the 0.01% of the criminal element that doesn't care and will shoot you anyways. But you know what? You'll deter how much more crime simply by legally exercising your right to carry a firearm to defend yourself. Okay, what was that?
But you know they're not gonna let felonies get over.
Right, you can't own. Unfortunately, that's the law.
You camcorder and everything?
Yes, I'm recording. That way, you look fine. I personally believe that once you've served your time, you should have your rights restored. Because just because you were in the joint doesn't mean that someone's not going to try and kill you now that you're out. you should still have the right to defend yourself. If they don't feel that you're safe to own a firearm, you should still be in prison. If you served your time, you should have your rights restored.
Right. That's what I was saying. And you know, and another thing, they like, say for instance, like you say about you did your time in prison, right? And even dealing with the welfare system, now with the food stamp, they even come back. I didn't like about being a felon. They said being a felon within 5 years. Then they take you, how you do a drug testing. But I done did the time for the crime of being a felony. So what do this food stamp got to do with that? It's everything is a trip. But you just make sure you have you a nice day.
You too?
Yeah.
Good talking with you?
Yeah, I said you're enjoying the neighborhood around.
How are you? You like a copy of the Constitution?
Sure.
I'm a open carry advocate, helping educate people. Another thing that, you know, a lot of people forget the Fifth Amendment right. Cops come and talk to you. You haven't done anything wrong. Everyone's like, well, I haven't done anything wrong. I can talk to the cop. You know what? They're going to do whatever to harass you. Say, hey, I have the right to remain silent. I refuse to answer any questions. You want to ask me questions? We're going to get a lawyer. And like I said, I'm an open carry advocate. You can see I'm carrying. And I believe that open carry by law-abiding citizens helps prevent crime. Because if someone comes into the, you know, if I'm in a gas station buying a soda or whatever, are you getting on the bus? All right. Good talking with you. Have a good day. Or no, he's not getting on the bus. Whatever. How you doing? Good. Like a copy of the Constitution?
No, yeah, let me get it.
Have a good day. How you doing? No, sir. Nope, I am an open carry advocate. Would you like a copy of the Constitution?
The Constitution?
Yes. No. I am not a law enforcement officer of any type.
Where you got a gun?
Because I have the right to carry a weapon to defend myself.
I thought you was my gym teacher.
I'm not good enough shape to be a gym teacher.
No, I know. I told you you about 6'5".
6'6".
You so tall.
How you guys doing?
Can I get one? That's a skirt. That's a skirt.
That's a kilt.
Yeah, a kilt. What's this for?
This is the U.S. Constitution. Tells you what our government can and cannot do.
I get two.
There you go.
My daddy gonna do it.
So how do you guys feel about the shooting that happened here?
We
Pretty-
doing the car wash. Raise money.
It's pretty sad that people are using guns for inappropriate reasons, isn't
It's a
it?
camera.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's on. And I believe that if, you know, law-abiding citizens like your parents are carrying a weapon openly like this, that'll deter criminals because they're not willing to meet armed resistance.
So you saying somebody come up and say, give me all your money, you got a right to shoot them?
No, if they're threatening you with lethal force, you have the right to defend yourself.